blah, blah, blah. Anytime we speak, whenever we want to speak, because Allah gave us tongue, we speak. You understand?
There's another thing they're saying that I've seen this other places, that they're changing that Shaykh say that Hazreti Ömer take his sword and put it next to him. If you don't, I don't remember, but if you don't listen, I'll use the sword.
Yes.
And they changing that, they saying the Sahaba take their swords and tell the Hazreti Ömer, if you don't rule justly, we will fix you or something. And they believe in this.
This is what I mean. Everything there has to be a control, you know. Somebody has to control it. It cannot just be like that. If there is no control over that, then everyone, according to their ego and their desire, is just going to use it and waste it and use it for the wrong reasons. There has to be control. The control is the Sharia. A knife. There has to be a Sharia about a knife, correct or no? There are laws about a knife, correct? You can use the knife and cut in your house. But the Sharia is in the kitchen. You bring the knife to a bedroom, it means something else, doesn't it? Correct or no? You take that knife, kitchen knife, you bring it to a bedroom, there's something. Means different meaning there. If you take that knife and you just walk in the streets, it's a different meaning there. It's a different Sharia. So there always has to be the control so that people just don't do anything that they want to do. The Sharia comes with intelligence. If you understand what is that intelligence, you know that the law is, I cannot even, although this knife, I can cut an onion, I cannot walk on the streets with this knife, and I definitely should not, and I cannot walk through security, especially in an airport, with this knife. Even if my intention is not to harm anyone, only to cut onions. There's intelligence. How does 21st century man, Muslims, they finish with the intelligence? How did they stop thinking? Intelligence comes with the head. You cut off the head, there's no intelligence. They remove the head and they put different heads there. That now they're only using their religion also for their own ideology. So people stop using it. And now everyone who has a mouth, everyone who has two fingers, they're going to say something online. And look, it's printed there. That looks so important. So, there has to be manners for that. The manners, it means protocol. A wise man will not use that knife. Even if he was going to cut an onion, he is not going to cut an onion in the street. Right? Definitely he's not going to take that knife and cut an onion through security check. But when people don't know manners, they're going to say, so what? I can do as I like. That is showing stupidity. When people who are stupid, there is a law also. They say, don't talk to stupid people. Don't talk to them. There is a fatwa also, especially during the Seljuk times. They say it is forbidden for you to even look at a stupid person. Otherwise, the stupidity is going to come to you. Now look around. People with so much technology, people with so much education and knowledge, and they can Google anything, they become even more stupid. Because this is not something to think. Tafakkur, that is also the foundation of Tarikat. Tafakkur, foundation of Tarikat. The foundation of religion is Tarikat. And Tafakkur, to think, it is the foundation of religion. It is the foundation of Tarikat. It is not just to do something blindly. You have to know. The whole purpose of us fighting against our ego, understanding our ego, is to think. Why am I doing this? What am I doing today? Why am I doing this? Always to think and to question. They cut off Tarikat and they throw it out. So people just do things without knowing why. And they say, you must do, why we're doing it, don't say. If you say, you're going to go to hell. Another big problem. So now, instead of religion, deen, being nasihat, wisdom, advice that is filled with wisdom, deen becomes fear. Deen becomes if I don't do, I'm going to go to hell. This is what deen becomes. It is blindness. And deen becomes, if you don't do, I'm going to kill you and you're going to go to hell. You understand? The deen, religion, Islam becomes like that. It became like that. Put into it that you don't have the Sharia ruling, no Muslim government is there properly putting it, because they take out tasawwuf and they're just using it for ideology, not for haqq. Put into it liberalism, put into it capitalism, put into it whatever that is around to only take your desires, not to awaken your spirituality, then you have this very dangerous, they say what? Mix. Filled with poisons now. You give that to people to drink, they become like that. They can pray 5 times a day, but they sit and they start judging the prophets and the saints. They can even go to Mecca, Medina, they brag about it. They can even make zikr, but now they're going to badmouth the Khalifas. This is one. Meaning they put arrogance, they teach only arrogance. And they teach what we say, self-esteem and everything. Of course, you have to have the ability to know what is right and what is wrong. But when you put arrogance there, teaching them from young how to become selfish, how to become arrogant, how to only think for yourself. And if you have religion on top of that, you become the worst person. The worst. Because now you think you're speaking for Allah's sake. You understand? So, what can we do? We sit and we watch and we say, pull ourselves back. These ones, 40 prophets coming to speak to them, they're not going to listen. Just like first Jahiliyyah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ came, majority they didn't listen. Later they started listening. Because of this, because of that, because of this. It's also Allah's mercy reaching to them. So, everyone has a mouth, they're going to speak. Oof. That's why we said, either say something that is going to benefit you and others, or else keep silent. Because people, they hang themselves by their tongues. In the old days, even if they see something wrong, they say, Allah knows, I don't know. Did you see that? I don't know. They don't want to get involved, right? They don't even want to see a wrong thing. Did you see wrong? I don't know. Because there's also another branch. Okay, stop that. Don't play with that. Listen carefully now for the sohbat. Later you can play. Now, they say there is also some ruling that they say even if you don't look at wrong things, not only don't do it, don't look at wrong things. So people who have very high spirituality, even if they see wrong things, they say, I didn't notice anything. Today people want to look at people's wrong things. They want to dig it up. They want to show and forget about other people. Their wrong things they want to let the whole world to know. Muslims' behaviors. So there is no intelligence anymore amongst the Muslims. There's no intelligence. On one hand, you have people who are studying the religion, they're not going anywhere with it, of course. They didn't even come to one step what all the earlier imams and the scholars they have done. Because they're so proud also, they think they are better than them also. Never reach nowhere. On the one hand, they have that, studying, not reaching nowhere. On the other hand, you have a group of people that they think they're so high level that they're flying. And they say, we don't need anything from no one. We ourselves, with such high level, we get straight from Allah. We read the book and we know by ourselves. Besides God. Here's Ahir Zaman. Just like Prophet was saying, the Ummah in the last days, they're going to be like the Jews and the Christians. So we are seeing that. So people had manners. Manners is the essence of wisdom, essence of religion. If you have everything else and you don't have manners, then you lost dunya and akhirah. If you have the essence, but you don't have that outside so much, the external so much, but you have the essence, you have your manners, you have everything. You'll be blessed, definitely you'll be saved. In the old days, people, they don't like to assume. They're not saying I know just because they read a couple of ayats, couple of hadiths, then they start making fatwa. Now, those things they're teaching, nations are teaching their nations. Leaders are teaching the whole nations, whole countries to do that. They're watching on television, oh, this one is doing that, encouraging people to do that. So they start doing that. So, the advice given, keep your religion simple, especially in the Ahir Zaman. Don't study too much also. It's only going to confuse you. What is needed? Do you need to study that much for your faith? No, you don't. Oh, I need to study, otherwise my faith is going down. Otherwise I'd have very weak faith. Faith is not because you study. Your strength of your faith is not because you study. Your faith goes down not because you don't study. Don't you get it? Prophet ﷺ, he came not to teach people the knowledge. He came to say, stop from doing these things. He didn't come to say, read this and read this and read this and you're going to become a good person. He's saying, read yourself to know you're doing these things. That stops you from being a good person, stops you from being a human. The first teachings that he says was what? Same teachings that the earlier prophets, they came. Did he tell them, you must learn the language, you must learn the law, you must learn this, and you must read this? No, he says, don't lie. Don't kill. Huh? Don't steal. Be kind to the yatims, to the orphans. Same teachings. So as Ahir Zaman we have reached into, keep our religion simple, inshallah. Because look to see, and we have, no one is higher than Hujjatul Islam, Imam al-Ghazali, and it wasn't because of him learning and learning and learning and learning that his faith became so great that he became the proof of Islam. In fact, it was the opposite for him. He learned and he learned and he learned, and there's nothing that he doesn't know, and he says, I don't feel my faith. I feel that I've lost it. Until he sat with the people who had certainty, who had faith. So, and the one who doesn't have certainty, all this knowledge that he has, it becomes a poison to him. It becomes a poison to the people around. The one who doesn't have too much knowledge but he has certainty, he becomes like a rose garden. Everybody wants to sit by him and just smell something, and they take some of that and they go back. But Allah is saying, Iqra. Read. Of course, nowadays they say read. That means read everything. Who are you to speak on behalf of Quran, number one? I have a right. In the Ahir Zaman, you have a right. Not during the Khilafat. In the Khilafat time, nobody can just speak and then tell other people this is what it means. Just as today, nobody can open that constitution and tell everyone, instruct, this is what it means. No one can do that. Nobody can even open the town law. Every town has a law book. You open it up and say, this is what it means to me. That is completely going to go against whatever established meaning that there is. You cannot. These days, everyone say. May Allah save us from that confusion, inshallah. So, what can we do, Ashik? People, it's like they're rushing to go to hell. You have no modesty, you have no intelligence. Why are you rushing to go to hell? You know how to say, oh, this one, my friend, he does something wrong. But don't judge him so much. Don't push him to hell. He's still my friend. He did a couple of good things to me. Your own mother, your own father, nobody can say they're perfect. Are you so happy to send them to hell because they do wrong things? No. By human qualities, you know you shouldn't be doing that. Huh? They're doing it to Khalifas. MashaAllah. Because it is kibir, the arrogance that they put in the heart. And they say, no, you can. And you can get away with it. Like what I said last few weeks, because people can get away with it, because there is no control, because there is no consequence, there is no result from it, so everybody does it. Look, smoking is bad. Huh? Smoking is bad. It harms you. It kills you. But if there is no, if it doesn't kill you, everyone will be doing it. If there's no consequence, everyone will be doing it. And for a long time, because it is not so open, they were saying, smoke this brand. I don't know what brand, I forget. Horse? Cow brand. They said, doctors smoke this, best choice. They're even saying that. You think they don't know? Of course they know. But there was no consequence for that because the law didn't catch up to what they know. So they can get away with it. This is human nature. People start doing things. When they can get away with it, they will do it. But that is the level of animals. The level of humanity is, it doesn't matter whether I can get away with it or not get away with it. It's when you become a human a little bit. It is a wrong thing I should not do. It is a right thing I should do. Because Allah is watching. Yeah. ومن الله توفيق حرمة الحبيب حرمة الفاتحة.